Today's episode is all about the Hilton Honors Rewards program. So if you are a big Hilton fan or you stay at a lot of Hiltons for work, we're going to tell you how you can maximize those points. Tune in. Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Dwayne.
And we are your hosts of the Travel Party of Five podcast, where we share how we travel as a family of five around the world.
We will also share how we use points and miles to travel as affordably as possible and sometimes even completely free.
So if you're wanting to travel more with your family, but you're not sure how, we'd love for you to listen in.
So welcome to our podcast, where we hope you learn a thing or two to get you closer to your next trip.
Hey guys, welcome back to Travel Party of Five podcast. Happy May.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Yes. Before we jump into today's topic, which is going to be all about Hilton, if you are so inclined and you enjoy listening, we would really appreciate a review on whatever podcast app you listen on. That just helps more people find our podcast, and we would really appreciate it. We put a lot of work into these episodes, and it would be greatly appreciated. So thank you so much in advance. So today we're going to talk all things Hilton. I had to do some research on this one because I actually don't know a ton about the Hilton Rewards program. And the only time I've stayed in a Hilton in the last, probably 10 years was for work. So I think let's first cover some of the Hilton brands that you might know other than just Hilton, obviously.
Hilton, of course, the Hampton Inn, Embassy Suites, the DoubleTree, the Waldorf Astoria.
Oh, God.
Astoria.
Yes, it's the Waldorf Astoria, and
That's what I said.
Very luxury and fancy.
And the Conrad.
Yes, also luxury and fancy. The last time I stayed at a Hampton Inn, I think was like my senior year of high school for our senior banquet, which was basically like our senior prom. And just kidding, Mom, I was at Jenna's house. Okay, so I mean, obviously, if you're familiar with any of those brands, the Waldorf Astoria and the Conrad are way more on the luxury end. And then, we've got Hampton Inns and Embassy Suites, which are more budget, I would say. So Hilton has 4 status levels, and they start out with just member, which is you signing up for your free account on their website. Then it goes to silver, then gold, and then diamond. And it's pretty easy to earn these statuses if you're opening up any of the Hilton cards, and we'll go into detail on that here in a bit. There are 4 co-branded Hilton cards. They are all American Express cards. And I think 3 are personal cards and 1 is a business, but don't quote me on that. So all of the 4 cards each come with some sort of status. One of them offers silver status automatically just by having the card. 2 of them offer gold status just by having the card. And then one of them, which is the Hilton Aspire personal card that we would open if we were going to just pick one, that comes with diamond status, which is the absolute highest that you can get. And both gold and diamond provide either a daily food and beverage credit or free breakfast for you, depending on the hotel. So you could go to an incredibly luxurious hotel like a Waldorf or a Conrad using your free nights and your points, and also get free breakfast just for holding this card. So I definitely think that even though the $550 annual fee for the Aspire card is hefty, there's a lot of benefits that you can get from it. Gold and diamond status can also get you free upgrades when available. I'm assuming that diamond probably gets a better upgrade than gold since diamond is the highest. And then you can also get things like late checkout, double bonus points on any base points you earn, et cetera, et cetera. So definitely some benefits if you have a specific stay in mind. So I will say that as I was doing research, the thing that seemed to stand out for me the most is it seems pretty easy to earn elite status, because you pretty much get some type of status no matter the card that you're signing up for. And there's 4 different cards, so there's a good amount of opportunity to earn points if you're, opening all of those. You also get, with elite status, like daily food and beverage credits, and some of the cards also come with a free hotel night. And so we'll talk about that here in a minute, because I have some ideas on how you can get the most value out of those free hotel nights. Because one thing that is cool about Hilton is their free nights can be used at almost any property. So that even includes like Conrad's and Waldorf Astorias, which are really luxury places. So I think Dwayne will talk a little bit about probably the only Hilton card that we would consider getting, even though there are 4, but go ahead.
Well, thank you for that introduction. The only card we could get is the Hilton Honors American Express Aspire card. Simply because you get 1 free night a year, and the annual fee is $550. But the card includes benefits like automatic Hilton Honors Diamond status, which would be the highest level, up to a $200 annual flight credit, and up to $400 annual Hilton Resort statement credit. If you and your spouse got this card, you would have 2 free nights.
Yeah, so you would each get a free night plus the whatever points you earned from the sign-up bonus. So one of the places that's on my radar, partly because it's not very far from here and partly because it just looks stunning, is the Waldorf Astoria Los Cabos Pedregal. And so this is a place where you can use those free night certificates. Now, the trick is that there has to be a standard room available, and because that is what the certificate covers. But I did look, and maybe a couple months out from now, which it's end of April as a time of recording, there were quite a few nights that were 120,000 points, which is a standard point availability. So you could use those free night certificates then, and then you could also add on another day or two using points, if you had the points.
And like Hyatt, there are no resort fees on award stays, correct?
Yep, correct. Yep. The other thing I did want to point out, though, is when I was looking up point stays at the Waldorf Astoria in Cabo, I mean, the points range is dramatic. Like, there were nights that were 120,000, and there were nights that were over 1 million points a night.
Whoa.
And so obviously you're not going to go for the 1 million points a night. That's ridiculous. But if you have patience and you keep looking, you'll be able to find some where you can use the free nights.
Man, how does one even get 1 million points?
I have no idea. But I mean, the cash rate for this hotel is easily $1,500 to $2,000 a night just for a standard room. And it is beautiful. I mean, this is where celebrities stay. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this is going to be a really short episode because beyond that, I would not stay at Hilton's if I were just getting into points and miles. The only time I think Hilton makes sense is if, one, you have a lot of work travel and, that's your company's preferred brand, or 2, you're opening up a card specifically for a certain stay. And so that's what I would do, is I would open up that Hilton Aspire card that Dwayne mentioned, the personal one, because that's the one that comes with the free night. The business card used to come with a free night, but no longer does, unless you spend $15,000 on the card, which we're not going to do. So I just think that those are the only 2 reasons Hilton really makes sense, especially for families.
Yeah, just I might add that the 1 free night certificate does expire in 12 months. So, make sure you have a plan for using those.
Absolutely. Yep. So like maybe next year we might consider opening those cards solely for booking either the Waldorf in Cabo or another, Waldorf or Conrad. Like they have some in the Maldives that are stunning. But yeah, that's the only reason I would do it. And then after the 1 year, I would cancel the card. You got to wait till you hit the 1 year mark. That's what we're always preaching about. You don't want to cancel a card 6 months after you've had it. That is just bad bank karma. But I probably would get it. I would make sure I'm taking advantage of all those credits to offset the annual fee. I would get the free nights and then I would cancel it. So I did want to give, so this obviously is all about Hilton. We've already done podcast episodes on Marriott and IHG, and then next week we will do my favorite, which is Hyatt. But I did want to give a quick just honorable mention to Wyndham. I feel like this is one that isn't talked about a lot. And so Wyndham is probably, if there were a top 5 hotel brands, Wyndham would probably be in the top 5 as well. They do have a rewards program, and sometimes you can find decent deals in Hawaii for like 1 or 2 bedroom, like almost like condos. But for the most part, they're a budget brand. And so that really makes it just not on my radar. So like Travelodge, Days Inn, and Super 8 are some Wyndham brands. I mean, the last time I stayed in a Super 8 motel, my grandma died. So she didn't die in the hotel, but she almost did. It's not funny, but it was.
It happened years ago. Let's just say that.
In 1997. So, I mean, it's been a while. But
R.I.P. Grandma.
Yes. Hello, Grandma Jean. Rest in peace. I just like Travelodge is like not the vibe I'm going for on a vacation. Like I don't want to sit in a sad hotel room while my kids are raising hell. I'd rather sit in a beautiful hotel room while they're raising hell.
Yeah. Amen to that. Do they have any nice brands?
So I think so in Hawaii, I forget the name of it, but there is like something that's bookable on points that is Wyndham. And yes, it is very nice. So yes, there is that. So if that's something you're interested in, maybe, I don't know, Google it. But beyond that, I don't really know. Yeah. So just wanted to give an honorable mention to that. I know this was a super short episode, but I just wasn't super excited when I was looking into this Hilton program. So
short and sweet, but to the point.
Yep. So next week we will be talking all things Hyatt. That is our absolute favorite hotel brand. And so stay tuned for that. We'll see you then.
We appreciate you.
Bye.